Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Frankie, your host. With me is Christina, our fourth chair, because sometimes Ben joins us. Ben will hop on here in a second. So we got a new fourth chair. Christina's going to be joining us when she can. How amazing is that?
Beware of exploding balls.
That's right. That's not the one I wanted to play, but we're doing good. There we go. That's much better. Much better. How are we? That has nothing to do. That was weird, actually. Yeah, that was strange. Hey, guys, we have a fun show tonight, and I know that the debunk community is melting right now. I just got some great text messages, and I'm fucking laughing to myself that it's actually coming to this. Everybody's involved. It's great again. And then we're doing this on the Conjuring House, which is phenomenal, which is not the name of the house. We will never refer to the house as a Conjuring House again. It is the Arnold Estate. That is how we will be referring to it. Hollywood made the lore, and everybody bought it. And when the studio came out and said, yeah, so we've got two filmmakers, actually got three filmmakers on this call right now. You guys are watching. When movies say based on true events, it's very different than saying based on true stories, or this is based on a true story, or this is a true story.
Yes.
And the best reference I can give you is Fargo. And I know that sounds weird because it's not coming from the Conjuring, right? But Fargo is the best example of based on true events, because that story is not true. It's based on true events, but those events didn't happen in Fargo. The Coen brothers have been very clear on this. All of those events that happened in the movie, including the guy in the wood chipper, did happen. That's 100% accurate. It just didn't happen in Fargo. And none of the stories were tied together. That's when you say events, you're not saying that the event, once again, law, right? Learning how to comprehend, learning how to understand every word in every sentence in every paragraph, and every ledger. That is reading comprehension. So based on true events doesn't mean that happened there. It's just based on true events. That could have happened anywhere, and we're just bringing it to life. In fact, most horror films are based on something. One of the best things that we can talk to, actually, me and Jeremy had a conversation about that. I did not know any of this. You want to talk about The Shining? I didn't know any of that.
Okay, so The Shining, everybody's always talking about, like, it was shot in the Stanley and this and that. The Shining is actually inspired by Stephen King staying at the Stanley. But the movie made by Stanley Kubrick with Jack Nicholson is not shot in the Stanley. It was a completely different, like, hotel in the mountains that I believe was dilapidated, and they redid it for that movie. The Stanley is a whole nother hotel that they made a made for TV movie more closely based on the books, and that was actually shot in the Stanley. So when people it's inspired by a paranormal event that Stephen King had when he stayed in room 237 at the Stanley. But The Shining, the one we all know and love, was not shot in the Stanley.
So was there a controversy between Kubrick and Stephen King because of now I heard the opening scene is the crashed car, which is actually from the book, and they just didn't get along.
Like, they did not get along.
Okay, so Kubrick did not get along. He had his own agenda, all those things. And is that why Stephen King did the movie on TV? Yes, because the movie on TV, remember, there's no axe in the movie on TV, and there was never an axe in the book. They called it Colorado croquet, which was like croquet twice the size. And so when Jack Torrance was running around hitting the walls, he was hitting the walls with a croquet mallet. So, and like, he changed the color on the VW Beetle. He changed a lot of things. And honestly, who doesn't love that version of The Shining? But the other one's also really good, and it's really close to the book. Yeah. Awesome. Well, Ben joins us. Ben joins us from outside the Emmaus Asylum because it's cooler outside.
It's not bad today.
It's not bad today. Welcome back, Ben. So we had a fun weekend. We had a lot of haters. It was great. I loved it. I didn't like 1 second of it. But we did have a couple posts that were going out there from Emmaus Village and Emmaus Asylum, and they looked contradictory, but they really weren't. We are in charge of, we're directors of the paranormal. We are pro bono. We've never made a single dime. I don't collect credit cards as much as people want to think that. I don't. Our good old friend from overseas again, sir, has mentioned me. Because they don't have anything. They have no new content. And they think that I'm going to bring it to them. And I'm not. Do your show. Do your show, bud.
Yeah.
Do you, dude. Do you. Because if you really think that I know Elton Casti and Matt Rife is my friend, you're a fucking moron. That's what I will say. You are an absolute moron. I've never met them. I love what Elton has done. I support Matt Rife and Elton 100%. And I did make fun of Elton in a couple things. I did a little lisp and stuff, which I shouldn't have done. It was stupid. But we don't go after people here, man. We love everybody. If Jason Hawes gets the house, good on Jason Hawes. If Matt Rife gets the house, good on Jason. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter to us. I'm never going to the Conjuring House. Even if I was invited, if Matt Rife is there and he invites me because he's my best friend, according to these people, maybe I might have to stand him up. As much as I love Matt Rife, and I fucking do love Matt Rife, their partnership started in 2019. That's what a lot of people don't understand either. They've known each other for a long fucking time. So this is a little brief segment that I will address. Not going to mention the guy's name. I enjoy some of his podcasts. I still watch them from time to time, and I still get giggles and laughs from them. If you don't like me, I don't give a shit. Like, stuff comes up on my YouTube when I'm working, and I work a lot, over 12 hours. Jeremy will tell you, even on vacation,
He works on freaking vacation.
I constantly am working, so I always have something playing. And because of all that crap that happened at the beginning of the year, these guys come up. At the end of the day, you are wrong. If you want to have a conversation, the link is in the thread. Come on, ask me questions. I'll answer truthfully. I don't have anything to hide. I never did anything illegal. But if you continue to say that, I'm doing things illegal, don't think because you're overseas, I can't reach you in a courtroom, because I will. So what I would recommend you do is just, hey, let's all be friends. Let's all drop it. Let's all just move on. Okay. Or not be friends and just move on, because it's getting stupid now. Guys, I don't have any ties. I have under 500 subscribers on a YouTube channel that's changed its name 9 times. Okay. So it's like,
It's a fact.
Half the fucking people that are subscribed don't even watch the show. They are like Lost Boys of Hannibal fans. They are Haunted Garage fans. They're Emmaus fans. We're not trying, and this is the other thing too. I'm not going for likes and clicks. I don't even look at the analytics anymore. I don't care if we make 600. We just enjoy talking about the paranormal. We enjoy both sides of it. We enjoy both sides of it. We enjoy the debunking community. You guys are fucking terrible at it. You're awful at it. There's not one good debunker. And so tonight, we're going to teach you guys how to debunk, because it took a month to put this episode together. And that was going through archives and pulling stuff and doing those types of things. And then maybe you can learn something from it, or not, or just wipe your ass with it. That's totally fine too. But at the end of the day, we don't want beef. We're not throwing people under the bus. Do your show. Just stop mentioning. Like, you can mention me all you want and call me names like you're a grown-ass adult. Can't wait till your kids find this and watch you calling a grown-ass adult a name. Like, that's bullying, dude. What are you trying to teach? That's why we stopped doing it, because I realized last year, I'll never apologize. I don't like that, Frankie. I don't like that, Frankie. And I've tried to change that, Frankie. And that's why our show is supposed to be fun and informational. We bring awesome guests on. We have Ben, who's sweating to death. But we have fun people that you guys can look at and do the thing. But I don't sit here and talk about, the way you look or the things that you do. I can only say that 98% of the time when you bring me up or bring my friends up, you are 98% wrong. 98% wrong 100% of the time. Okay? Figure out that math. Right?
60% of the time, it works every time.
That's right. So, like I said, if you continue to go down that rabbit hole, you're going to find that it's a dead end, because maybe one time, maybe Matt, it'd be really funny if Matt Wright fucking got on the show and was like, "What's up, dude?
The link.
It's been a minute." It's like, or Elton comes on, "Hey, you still coming this weekend to the barbecue?" And I'm like, "Whoa, don't do that." Look, Elton has done so much for charity, first and foremost. I don't think you guys really know who this guy is. He's built an incredible legacy of over 2 million subscribers. He doesn't have ends on YouTube, and I don't email Elton at night and said, hey, give this guy a privacy strike. That's not how that works. If you guys want to know how I do it like I did it. I read their trust and safety. Rob read their trust and safety. If you read what YouTube put out, it's called a privacy statement. I am a software engineer. I don't have a leg up because I'm in software, but I have to write documentation. That documentation gives you the law of the land. The law of the land is this. You can't do this. You can't show people's face without their consent. You can't show videos that were taken down. You can't do that, and you can't use copyrighted material. These are not false flags. This is fact, and it's law, and that's just the way the fuck it is. You know, YouTube is in the United States of America, which means it's represented by the DCMA. The DCMA gives me the right to pursue my logo being used incorrectly or defamatory. I don't mind that you use my logo. I don't mind that you use my face. But I'm not sitting here putting your face up, your logos, what you do. I'm on all these people's podcasts. There was another I'm not even getting into the other podcast. They were so far off base, they should literally write the next Titanic film. That's how wrong they were. Like, just write the Titanic again, because the first one was bad. Let's see another one. Like, so inaccurate. Like, the assumptions. Like, I have fucking time. Like, I have time. All I care about, guys, is I sit up at night and I sleep and I take so much. Well, I do a lot of weed, but I do so much weed and so much Adderall that all I care about is making sure that my YouTube channel makes me famous. I could give a fuck. And we're not public figures. Stop. The Rock is a public figure. Okay? Matt Rife is a public figure. Elton Cassidy is a public figure. Why the fuck would they hang out with me? Why? I'm in Missouri. We have Provel cheese.
That's why they should hang out with us, because we have Provel cheese.
Exactly.
We have
and Emo's
toasted
pizza.
raviolis.
There we go.
It's just so weird that, like, guys, just let it go. There's so much great content out there, and you guys have such a voice. The guy that I'm talking about has over 65,000 subscribers, and you're mentioning me, a nobody from Missouri? Like, is that what you got, bro? Because I can give you log lines of stuff that you should be covering with that type of audience. Like, what's going on with your country? 33,000 people got arrested for posting on Facebook. That's not freedom of speech. Maybe that should be an episode. Why don't you look into that? Why don't you look into your immigration crisis over there? Why don't you look into that? Why don't you talk about Northern Ireland is back to being in Belfast 1994? Why don't you look at that? Why don't you do something with your voice and your subscribers other than coming at me for what? For what you're trying to figure out the big idea? Like, you're never going to find it. Look, you can keep digging and keep digging and keep digging. Eventually, you're going to hit one of two things. You're going to hit water and drown yourself. You're going to hit rock and you got to move somewhere else. Okay? It's either bedrock or water, baby, but it ain't what you're trying to look for. If you have questions, just email me. It's legal. The legal team will pick it up and get it to me. legal@shiftfilms.net. A lot of people saw that email come in, and they didn't like what happened after. They were in court. So email me. Email us at the asylum. info@Emmaus Asylum. Hey, come on over. Come on over.
How about just click the link and join this?
Just join.
You
Talk
can be
to
our
us.
fifth chair.
There you go. Fifth chair, baby. Anytime you want. We'll get all the
Come on,
subscribers
guy.
for 2 days.
Come on, guy.
And then everybody that never sees you again will leave. That's what happens when you go on these people's shows. What happens when you do these things? I don't want to fight. I have no beef with anybody, but it's like, enough, dude. I don't have anything to do with the Conjuring House. I don't know who Perrin is. I don't know who Nunez is. I know Angelina because she's fucking funny. And I like her podcast. I don't always agree with her. She doesn't always agree with me. And guess what? We could still be fucking friends. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that weird?
Crazy how that
You're
works.
still talking about something that happened last year, dude. Like, get a new fucking topic, dude. Or just keep talking about me. That's fine. But if you're gonna talk to me, can you please promote Emmaus Asylum?
Yeah, direct those people to this.
Yeah, because you have a cool
for us.
filmmaker that's doing a film here, dude. And like,
Yeah.
we can make you an extra. We can make you a dead body. Or
Yeah,
you can be an extra.
be a
You can
dead
be a
body.
cult member. Just come on up. Yeah. So it's like, I don't understand this controversy anymore. It's like, and like, I've been so lenient with people after Dust, right? Because I like Justin. We had a good conversation. We understood each other and we left it at that. We don't trash each other. but he's also a podcaster. He's also these types of things. Like, we're going to say things, but I'm not that person putting your face up there. I'm not showing people where you were wrong. And this episode tonight is not about Jason Hawes. Jason Hawes said the house was haunted in episode 7 of season 2 about the haunted door. We watched it. We used to love these guys. Dustin Pari and Grant, and we loved all of them.
That was the episode that or either the episode that Brian leaves or the episode after.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't get it. Like what is the end resolve though? Like, and I know you two guys don't really, you might know a little bit of what it was, but probably not. I just don't know what the end resolve is. Like, what do you want to see? Like, if I did something illegal, then charge me for it. If I did something wrong, then call me on it. If you want an apology, talk about it. There's so many other ways to deal with this as adults. Yeah, I haven't been the best podcaster. I got a lot of shit wrong about a lot of people, including Rob. But we had a conversation like men. And he said, you got all this wrong. Here's all the proof. Oh, okay, cool. And we backed away from it. I never slammed them, never went after them. Let them do their shit. If you're going to hate on somebody, hate on somebody. That's great. That's wonderful. Do that. That's not the life that I want to lead. That's not the legacy I want to leave for my daughter. After the episode that me and Angelina did, like, we sat back and was like, we probably went a little crazy. And it got crazy. It went nuts. But nobody got doxxed, guys. Not until somebody admitted that was the right name. But that's beside the point. Like,
and that's still just the first name.
It's not
how many people are named that.
Exactly. My lawyers went through it. They're like, it's not doxing, dude. It's try in court. And that's why it never went anywhere. And it's never going to go anywhere. And it was completely made up. And honestly, Jeremy, should we tell him like how we found it was Alexa
about the
what's the most popular name in the world?
Educated guess.
Educated guess. That's all it was. Angelina, no. It was an educated guess. It was stupid. It was dumb. It's over. Get over it. I don't know Elton Casti. I don't care who gets the haunted house or the Conjuring House, which I don't think's haunted. If it is haunted, it ain't haunted by any of the people they said it was haunted by. So all these things, man, are just like, it's cumbersome and stupid and like dumb and like, my pit bull thing, bro, is like it's a charity that went nowhere because of all this shit. We're just raising money, man, for pooches, and somebody still uses the name, the Stray Rescue, and they're still raising money for it in our town from us, I guess. They don't know that he's doing that. I just texted her. He has no clue. So those are the type of things that, like, in my life, in my line of work, like Paranormal Pitbull was a clothing line for the gym, and it was kind of cool, and I had this idea, and it didn't go anywhere. Okay, we made a little bit of money, and then it all went to shit because I didn't want that associated with the things that I did. So if you're out there, if I offended you, man, I'm sorry. There you go. If you got butt hurt about what I said last year, I'm sorry. Y'all made the most money off it, though. Y'all ran your lives and made money off it. Don't kind of sit there and say you didn't, because you did, because we saw the money coming in. Okay? So that's my heartfelt apology. It's about as good as I'm going to get. Sorry I said the things I said. There you go. Now, can we move the fuck on?
And can you stop using the nickname that I gave him?
Yeah.
I'm the one who called you the pit bull.
I know. That's how the clothing line started. And we had a really cool thing called, it was great, but we've moved on and we're trying to help this property and we're trying to do our own lives and we have kids to raise. And it's like, dude, we just don't want our legacy out there doing the things. I've changed. I don't call people out by name. People that I do mention, they know what's up. And I'm just saying you should really call them because it's a great thing that you're doing with the charity, but they need to know. They need to know that you're doing that for them because they don't. And you should do that and you know who you are. So get on that. You should
probably pay that money that you shorted them last year.
Yeah, get all that out the open. There you go. Everything's out. Everything's out the open. Now, have a great life. I wish you guys most success. I hope you have 166,000 followers next time I see your stuff. I do. I really wish you guys the best. I'm just really done with this, and I haven't addressed it, and I didn't want to address it, but I thought tonight would be a good night to address it because, once again, my friends are like, oh, God, they're talking about you again. I'm like, about what? What have I done now? If you're going to bring me to court, bring me to court. If you're not, shut the fuck up and move on. There you go. but there's nothing to charge me with, is what every lawyer told you. Well, what do you want to get them for? It's drama. It's online.
He
It's
hurt my
emotional.
feelings.
Yeah, so like, dude, just get over yourself, man. Like, God damn
Emotional
it.
damage.
The thing is, these people are good podcasters. Like, what the fuck do you need me for? I don't think your audience cares, because when you did all the shit on us, your following dropped. You noticed that? I have. Your views are down.
I
don't
that.
bring people views. I don't bring myself fucking views. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not trying to make $1 million on YouTube, dog. I'm fucking almost 50, dude. That's not gonna happen, bro. I am okay with that. I don't need to self-validate anymore. That was last week's episode.
Self-validation. But guys, support my OnlyFans. It's about hairy toe knuckles.
I hope we can move past this. I really do. I if we can't, great. You know, just don't use my face, and please don't say any defamatory shit. And if you want the answers to things that you're asking about with Casty and Rife, I'm going to tell you exactly what I told you right now. If I knew them, I wouldn't lie on a live podcast. I wouldn't. Why would I put myself in that predicament? I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I'm not going to sit here and look like a liar, dude. Okay?
Yeah, I'm the one that knows them. Wouldn't that be even funnier?
All right. Well, for those that turned in, Andrew came on the show the other day, you know, and he said a bunch of stuff, and he was absolutely right. Like, I hope that we've moved past all this, because the debunk community is important. You guys get a lot of shit wrong, you do stuff wrong, but it is important to the stability of paranormal. If we don't have shows like that, whether you want to call them reaction and get all bent out of shape, it is reaction. You're reactionary. It's just you're reacting to something. It's a reaction channel. It's not a bad word. It's a good thing. We need that in the paranormal. You need people to check. You just don't have to get personal with it. I stopped doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I'm sorry to Jason Hawes too if I ever said anything stupid. I'm sorry to you too, dude. I don't know you. We've never broke bread. If you get the house, awesome. If Matt gets the house, awesome. I hope you guys can work on something together, because I think the Ghost Hunters being at Conjuring House with Matt Rife and Elton would make the para-unity that all you guys profess be so much better if you guys just all got along, instead of litigating in court and spending God knows how much money going back and forth. It's just like, enough, man. And maybe this is my journey. Maybe it's just, I just don't want any more beefs anymore. I'm done fighting. I hung up my gloves in 2006. I don't like violence. I don't like any of it. And if I caused any of it, I'm sorry. Regardless of who was right or wrong in any of the arguments, what I said, what she said, I don't speak for Angelina. I don't speak for Rob. I don't work with Rob. Me and Rob are not business partners. We don't sit here and connive and try to come up with stuff in a fucking crystal ball and be like, oh God, let's go after these people today. We don't do that, guys. We don't. We have business conversations about how hard Paranormal has been this year selling tickets. And what are you doing to move stuff? And how are we going to save this place? And how are we going to do this? And that's the truth, man. So Jason, I'm sorry if I said something to you or said something about you that offended you and your family. Like, I apologize sincerely. I just don't want this anymore. I'm so done with this. Like, I just want to let it go. When I was in court with Justin, we sat there and the judge said, what do you want to do? And at that point, that's the Frankie I love. Because that's the person that wasn't going to take this guy, you know, to the house. I wasn't going to. I said, I just need a recess. She was, all right, let the bailiff know. I went, me and Justin talked. We had a good conversation. We talked about everything. And he's a good dude. And I'm a good dude. And we're car guys. And so when the judge came back in, I said, just dismiss this shit. This is stupid. We worked it out. And she did. And you can look up that report. It's dismissed with prejudice. That was because of me. Dan dismissed his with prejudice because me and Dan talked. And I'm very happy that his event for charity sold out. But you have to let Stray Rescue know. Just let them know. And I know, and that's good faith from me, just saying, hey, like, just let them know. Because that would be awesome. I love that you did that. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's good karma, man. Those dogs need it. 2 of my dogs are from there. So I get it. But, like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want chips on my shoulder. I want everybody to come out to the property, you know, and that's something that if people do, and there's bad blood. You have to talk to Ben and Mandy about that. That's not on me. I just do the event shit. But like for me, like I'm done, man. Like I'm done with all this. And I hate that you guys that are just came here for the Conjuring stuff. The Conjuring stuff's built on fact. They're just facts. It's not me saying it's not haunted because of this. The Conjuring House is probably haunted. It probably is. It's 300 years old. People that I know, that I trust, have had experiences there. Okay? The question we have is, who the fuck is it haunted by? That's the question. And that's what ghost hunters used to do. If you want para-unity, it starts with the person that apologizes. And that's me. So I'm sorry, mask wearer. I'm sorry, guy that lives overseas. I don't want to say your names because it's not fair to you. I'm sorry. Let's just move on. If you don't, that's fine too. This is the last time I'm talking about this. Jason, I'll say Jason Hawes because I fucking was the biggest fan of Ghost Hunters. And I just hate how this whole fucking thing went down. But at the end of the day, like, I'm saying this from my sense. This is our show. Our show, we dive in, we do presentations, we try to do the best we can. When we get things wrong, we redact it. You saw that with Riley Black. She did fucking say that. I apologize. Apologize to the two girls that I didn't mention. But that's part of doing good podcasting. That's part of being a good host, a journalist, a documentarian, is redacting shit. Our film that people have brutalized because you guys think that we stole money from people.
That wasn't us.
That wasn't us. And
that was a totally different guy who makes films in St. Louis.
Yeah, and that's the shitty part too, is that like we're not mentioning him either, but we never got a Kickstarter. Never. We never took dimes from anyone. People bought tickets to this show. They're still going to the show. It just got postponed. And the people that wanted a refund got it, but they have to reach out to me. You see how Twilio and how Stripe works, they only retain a credit card for a year. So I don't have access to anybody's credit cards. I can't refund stuff. You literally have to reach out to Shift Films. So we've refunded everybody that wanted to refund it. Most people just said, no, I want to see it. It's $10. Who gives a shit? I care because I'm refunding everyone. I don't want anybody to have paid a dime for that film. You guys have waited too long. So if you know somebody that did this or paid us to get the tickets back in 2021, I'm going to pay you at the door. Just show up at the door. As soon as we get our date, we are going to give you $10, $15. Bring your tickets. I'm giving you cash. If you want it sooner, text me. If you want it more, do it. But at the end of the day, I'm done. I'm glad that my ex-business partner did something great for charities. I think that's awesome. I think that I just think that if you guys want para-unity, then bring people together. That's what I would say to the other people. You're not. We're still fighting about something that was said a year ago about somebody that's not even in our community, that's not doing anything for our community. They're not helping raise money for historic places in peril. You know, the teams that are in the Midwest, I mean, that's us. We might not all get along, but we got to support each other. At least I want to. I can't speak for Jeremy. I can't speak for Ben. I can't speak for Christina. I'm just saying that, like, I'm not that person anymore. I've changed. I'm fucking medically regulated. I wasn't, but I'm not going to use any type of excuse for my behavior. That was my behavior. Those were my words. I own them. We took the shit down. Y'all should too. And move the fuck on. Because it doesn't help anymore. It's not building anything. You're not going to get the rise out of me. You're not going to be in a courtroom. It's not going to happen. Okay, not CBD, THC, but an Adderall and other stuff. But at the end of the day, like, the good thing is that I love seeing good things happen and see, like Ashmore. Right? They did a huge fundraiser. People came out. They supported them. Helped with the roof, the tornado. That's para-unity, guys. Para-unity isn't being on one side of something and fighting another side because you disagree about a fucking piece of equipment. I don't believe in any of their equipment. And I got to deal with it every fucking day. I believe that if a fucking ghost is going to fucking present itself, you don't need equipment. It's going to be like, okay, I'm here. What do you want to know? Or maybe the ghost watched the podcast and like, I'm not fucking talking to those guys. Fuck that. I'll be on that guy's fucking podcast and then they'll be fucking doing this for the universe. That's what you guys don't understand. This is like forever. What we're doing right now is forever. People will be able to pull this episode up 100 years from now and be like, who the fuck were these idiots? Not you guys, me. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really self-deprecating, but I know what when I've hurt somebody, regardless of how much I care or don't care about that person, it's wrong. And I apologize. So I hope that is sincere enough for you guys to just let this go. And honestly, if I did know Matt Rife and Elton Castee, I caused so much bullshit last year, I wouldn't be their friend. Because friends don't do that to friends. Like, they don't put more drama on somebody's plate. And that's what I'm trying not to do here. Like, damn, bro. Like, how much fucking drama do we need? I'm done with it. The biggest drama Ben's going to talk about right now that happened to us, and we're going to talk about the tax thing because we are very transparent.
I want to add something, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've always hated that stuff. I've always hated the drama. I've always hated the scientific equipment. And all you little fuckers on Call of Duty that get pissed off because I keep sniping you because you fucking camp, you guys can fuck off. And I'm going to keep doing it. You can be just as fucking pissed off at me as you fucking want.
You are
I'm
ranked.
going to keep doing it.
You are ranked. You are pretty
I'm
good.
like at 320 or something.
I know. And the guy overseas, like, you guys would probably get along with your goddamn video game shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck, man? Let's move on. I'm
literally in my video game room.
Don't want to be in courtrooms. I don't want to be fucking. I just want it to go away, man. Like, just go away. Take the shit down. Go away. Move on. There's so many shitty topics in the paranormal that you guys could be fucking with that type of audience.
Yeah.
And if I did care about it, and I put all my energy and time into it, I probably would never get to 60,000 subscribers. Ever. That's an amazing I don't know what the other guys is, but like fucking 2 million people. That's insane to me. That's crazy. That like, and all, you know what Elton's whole thing was? Live every possible moment to the fullest. That's what his whole thing was, man. Like, let's go.
What a jerk.
Yeah, what an asshole. Let's trip here. Let's do this with the friends. And that's how he did that. Like, he didn't do anything off somebody else's back. It's just crazy. Like, he's a good dude. And like, I'm done. And so is Jason is loved. He is loved. So whoever gets that house, they deserve it. And it was meant to be. And I wish them the best. I'm still not going unless it's free. That's Jason. That's what Jason says.
I might still go. You know, I rewatched that episode today.
Yeah. And it's yeah.
And I totally remember watching it. You know, I somewhere around here I have the box set of their first 5 or 6 years. And I forgot how much I actually enjoyed that show. And then I watched this guy. Actually, it was Jason reacting to this guy and answering all his questions about the fish hook.
Yeah.
And that was really enlightening.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, at the end of the day, what does it really matter?
It doesn't. And that's what
me
and my friend were on the phone today, because it doesn't fucking matter. Whoever gets the house is going to make money. This episode's not going to matter. Okay. It's not. It's really not. And Robert, I'm sorry you're going, but our show is more, we have segments. So tune in tomorrow or catch it tomorrow. I'll see you in a couple weeks. You'll be here September. But like, we go 2 hours. We don't just want to focus on one thing, but I did want to just like, can we move on or not? Or whatever. I don't care. I'm done. Because I've never addressed it. I did without mentioning names. Y'all know who you are. So
Can I be honest? I don't even know who this Elton guy is.
Exactly.
Zero knowledge. I have zero knowledge of this guy. I knew Matt Rife is. He's your
best friend.
Insult comic.
He's your best friend.
Matt Rife is? Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. We were drinking last night.
And you know what? And honestly, too, like, I don't want to sound like overzealous either. Maybe he was joking. I didn't watch it because I was working. That's what I do during the day. Not saying that's just my path, not yours. That's cool. You can do whatever you want. But like, for me, it's just like, all right, somebody email me. I'm not going to mention her either. She asked me a question and I answered truthfully. Absolutely not. I will not platform that person. Absolutely not. Just because we've had beef and stuff like that, it's not that I don't believe the person that said that about that person. I totally believe what she said. That's why I said I would never platform. We don't platform people. We platform Christina. We don't really want people on our show. Like, that's what causes drama, I think.
They have to deal with our harassment.
Whatever. Nobody takes anything I say, like, oh, he's just fucking around. He's going to come out right now and show this whole thing, and it's going to be terrible, and he's going to tear it out. And no, it's literally just the facts, guys. I'm just trying to figure out who haunted it, and whoever owns the house, can you please find out for me and just email me? Elton, you got
the Sutcliffe lady did.
She did. Guys, you're going to love this fucking story. Ben has an announcement to make, though, as it gets beautiful. He's at Emmaus right now, guys. Emmaus Live is Emmaus Live. There you go.
Oh, dude. It just started to drizzle a little bit. It was so nice out, but
here comes
I might have to run in. But no, I'm good. Well, this week, we've got a lift out here. We're working on the roof to the admin building. I think we're going to be able to get it pretty much buttoned up.
Woohoo!
All of the leaks that have been causing problems. Yeah.
Nice.
Good news is a lot of these tiles are pretty easily replaceable, and pretty much every leak you can see where the broken tile was on the roof that was causing the leak. So I'm pretty confident we'll get it fixed up. College building, that might take a little more effort, but hopefully I'll be able to get to the college building this week and at least attempt something, because it is getting pretty bad in there. As you guys that have been out, if you've been out right after rain, you've probably seen it. But, I wanted to talk a little bit about the whole, the post and the taxes and kind of how that came about, and, maybe set a few things straight in regard to that. And these internet trolls, and I'm pretty good about ignoring the trolls, but then sometimes you look at the chatter, and in the information age, there's just so much misinformation out there. And I don't know if these people have been misinformed, if they're really just trolls that are trying to get a reaction, if they're just haters that are just trying to cause problems and disrupt what we're doing. I don't know, but let me back up a little bit on the tax situation. So when we purchased this property, the whole contract was written and signed in like 3 or 4 days. I was out. I know a lot of people have heard this story, but I was out of town in China actually for work. So I was completely opposite time zones of Mandy. So I wake up first thing in the morning. I get a message like, "Oh my God, you won't believe this. Hoffman is selling the property across the street." So, wow, that's amazing. And she's like, "I'm going to, make an offer." And I'm like, "Okay, well, good luck with that." Like, there's no, and I'm thinking there's no way that that's going to happen. So, I go to work and come back, and then she's like, "Oh, they're looking at the offer," and then I go to sleep. I wake up the next day and she's like, "They accepted it, we're moving forward." And I'm just like, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, but at that point in time, she had an LLC. We did not have a non-for-profit entity. We didn't really have a reason to have a non-for-profit entity. We didn't have any idea that we were going to purchase this property. So we purchased the property under the LLC. If you've created a non-for-profit entity, it's a bit of a process. You have to put in an application. It has to be reviewed by the federal government. They will approve it or deny it. The first go around, they rejected ours for some reasons, and it's really not that we didn't qualify. It was that the type of organization that we were trying to create, they said was not appropriate for our situation. So we had to go back and like redo the application to get it correct. And then once we did get it fixed and they approved it, now we have the non-for-profit. But then getting tax exemption on the property is a whole nother application and a whole nother process. So with the timing of that, we knew that we were going to be kind of on the hook for property taxes for at least 1 year. And then, unfortunately we didn't get the application in come time for the second year. So we're, 2 years into property taxes, but, call it wishful thinking. We're thinking, okay, we have approval on this not-for-profit. So we would expect the county to be maybe a little bit lenient or willing to kind of work with us in regard to what we owed in taxes. So we've kind of known about this deadline, but with the idea that we think we're going to be able to do something with the county. I'm just going to back up out of the rain. Sorry for the disruption, but of course, as soon as I start to talk, it starts raining. Here we go. So all that to say, we have 2 years of taxes that are due, that we're hopeful we're going to be able to get some kind of reduction on those taxes. Well, we got the notice that basically said we're going to do a tax sale if these taxes are not paid by, the certain date. So at that point, we're, going back to the county, asking them, okay, can we make payments? Can we do a payment arrangement? What can we do? Warren County is not really flexible on those kind of terms. So they basically, our first response from them was no, like it's paid in full or you go to a tax sale. Okay, so now we're pretty concerned. We're like looking at, hey, okay, how do we pull together the money? So it's kind of like, well, why didn't you pay the taxes? Well, because we were hoping we wouldn't have to pay all of them, or that we could pay them over time, or maybe even not have to pay them at all. And then also, well, why didn't you pay the taxes versus, other things? Well, I mean, let's look at it. Would we rather pay taxes or, replace broken windows or, keep the electric on or, fix any number of things that, get the water running or all the other things that we need to actually have a functional property to be able to bring in the money that we then need to be able to pay those things in addition to the taxes. So it was a little bit, it wasn't necessarily a surprise, but it was a little bit of a surprise that there was such a hard deadline on the full amount. Since then, I do have a little bit of good news. We have learned that if a tax sale were to happen, we still have up to a year to repay the back taxes. So it's not like somebody's going to come and just snatch the property. We've got time and we've got the wheels in motion with all the activity here and the events and the monies that are coming in that we're very confident we'll be able to get those caught up. We also, since all this has transpired and we've kind of made some public announcements asking, for some donations, the county has actually come back and now are looking into some options and they may actually be willing to work with us. So that is good news. I don't have, much more than that at this point, but they are reviewing it and they're discussing it and we're hopeful that they're going to be willing to work with us. But, it's so weird to me, like, okay, we have a non-for-profit organization. Like most non-for-profits run on donations. So then you have people in the community like, oh, why are you guys asking for money? Well, you're probably going to be asking for money again next year. It's like, yeah, sure. We'll be asking for money. Like we're trying to
every year.
Trying to do good things. That's what, isn't that how non-for-profits are supposed to work? I don't know.
That's how they all work. And it's how a place in peril works, right? Like,
right.
People come and there's a bunch of ways to, there's a, the thing too is that like, what I was saying earlier is like, me and Jeremy are jovial and chances are that if you did face off with one of us, it probably wouldn't go down the way you thought it would go down because we're reasonable people. I can have reason, right? But, at the end of the day, like this whole thing that we're like, this credit card thing is, Ben, exactly how the money works with this. You guys see everything. This is not going to Frankie LLC. In fact, nothing ever has gone to me.
Or
Ever.
me.
For 2 fucking years, nothing came to me.
Zero.
Zilch. Nada. The binder.
Neither one of us would give up our careers for a few extra dollars, because that's essentially what it would be. He has government security clearances, and I work in a school.
Yeah.
I got to pass a FBI background check.
Same.
If that comes back and it's not good, I don't have a career anymore. And my
Right.
career is not worth a couple of dollars.
It's really not.
Right.
And
And you make a lot more than me, and it's definitely not worth a couple of dollars.
well, the thing too is
Wait,
that, like,
because
it
I
was-
heard you're an independent millionaire today too.
fuck's sake. If I was, I would have helped Ben and Mandy if I had that kind of money.
Obviously.
I do well for myself because I work hard, and then that's the lesson, right? It's just like, you know, I had a good conversation with people, and I did reflect on that you know, you're
This
never
guy
too old.
works non fucking stop. We were in Florida. I wake up, I'm playing video games and eating cereal like a 12-year-old, and he's fucking in a meeting.
Yep.
And that's
Yep.
a true story. I've literally been driving when we're going places because he's sitting in the passenger seat of his own vehicle on a meeting on a phone and on a meeting on a computer at the same time. I have seen it. This guy works as hard as I've ever seen anybody ever work.
Yep. And my clients are high risk clients. Like, you guys always get that wrong too. You guys think you know what I do. You do not know what I do. I never tell anybody what I do. Ben and Manny do not know what I do. Jeremy David King has an idea of what I do. I don't tell people what I do. My work is dangerous. It's very fucking dangerous. And even the subtle hints that were dropped by my ex-business partner on dust put a target on my back. Like, you don't know what I do. My ex-partner does not know what I do. They do not know what I do. And it's not
I know
CIA,
more than he
I'm not on
does.
the Epstein list. It's nothing like that, but it's dangerous work. And
I know more than he knew, and I don't talk about it.
no, you just don't. I don't talk about it. I don't associate myself with certain people, and I align myself differently. And I've always done, I couldn't go into the army. I couldn't go into the military because of my fucking knee, because of kickboxing. And so I found a way to serve my country another way. And so that's what I do. And my clients are all high risk clients. You'll never know who they are. You try to fucking stalk me on LinkedIn, you won't figure it out. Like, at the end of the day, that's just who I am. And it's like, you guys just throwing shit out there on a podcast because you want views and likes, or you want a big following. You don't realize the jeopardy that you put people in. Like, if I wanted to tell people what I did, I would tell them. But I don't. I'm in engineering. That's what I do. I engineer stuff. And like, I know this became something that wasn't supposed to, but like, after today and last week and all this shit's coming up again, and it's like, dude, just stop, bro. Like, stop. If you have questions, come on the show. If you don't want to come on the show, email us. My number has been out there now from a fucking another podcaster in the fucking Power Ranger arena. The fuck? My face,
A
my
Power
name,
Ranger?
all my fucking private information, all out there for the public to see.
From a Power Ranger? That's a fucking ripoff right there. Don't
I
we all know that Voltron was better?
Voltron
yeah.
is better.
Voltron's the best.
Voltron, there is no Power Ranger. Never watched an episode, never would. I was a Voltron kid. But like, at the end of the day, like, you know, this beef with these these lies, these false flags, like the whole YouTube thing. YouTube is a billion dollar company. And doesn't matter if Elton makes them billions of dollars. Elton doesn't have any pull in trust and safety. Elton doesn't have any pull in copyright. That's their legal team that we dealt with. And there's a book about it, and you can read all about it. And I can show you how to do it. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a dummy account, show you how to do it, and how fast it works. I just had to do it for somebody I really care about. And that TikTok page went bye-bye. So in a week, that was my best score, actually. Got the whole thing down in a week. That was like fucking record. Like that. I was typing so fast. I was like, oh, engineering. Ooh,
You know, on some of these
local.
local sites where, I mean, we have received what would be defamatory
Yeah.
posts that have been made. And so we've kind of let it roll off our backs to this point, but I mean, there is a point at which, you start to take legal action, and you
can.
you start to shut people down,
and you can. When it gets to a point where I don't think anything that was said today was legal action. Absolutely not. It's just misinformation, though. I don't like misinformation about myself. I don't like that there's a fucking obscure Reddit post that talks about me at Emmaus collecting money and keeping it. I don't like that there's obscure posts from people that don't get 1 or 2 likes, but feel the need to tell me that I'm doing credit card fraud. That's defamatory. And if I find out who you are and I'm having a bad day, you might get a call from my lawyer. And Ben, I'd love to help you out. My lawyer is the best. But actually, what you're talking about is defamatory, and that's civil court.
Yeah,
and in the state of Missouri, civil court's pro se. You just go in there, you just present your evidence, and your judge decides. Yep. And you could probably, if you have enough websites,
I'd try.
Paid off.
For me, that's kind of like last resort. But some of these things have just got so aggravating that I'm ready. I'm ready to be like, all right, asshole, let's go. Like let's do this. Because I'm just fed up.
That was me today. It was just like,
I'm a really nice guy until you just go too far, and then
I'm fucking
You'll see the Hulk break out.
That's right. And I'm mostly called selfless. When people do know me, Frankie's selfless. Like, he'd give the shirt off your back, he'd pay your mortgage for you, he'd do that type of shit. And I love that when I hear that, because that is the truth, man. Like, I really do care about people. Jeremy fucking yells at me all the time when I give money to homeless people.
Because they're doing drugs, bro.
That's not,
the guy has a needle hanging out of his arm, and you gave him $20 for an 8-ball.
Maybe.
Like, buy him food and give him the food.
Yeah.
Just, I hope that, like, I don't know. It'll
I
did my part. That's all I can say.
I kind of like look around, and I just see if there's nobody else in the area, because the last thing I want to do is like hand out a couple dollars and all of a sudden I'm swarmed with people ask for money.
Yeah.
If it's just one guy, I'm like, okay, yeah, I got a few bucks. Here you go.
Yeah, I'll buy you food. Right. You're supposed to meet me at the Lent Mansion. You never did, Jocelyn. So don't even go there. You never called me. I cried all day long. But I did cry a little bit. All right, so let's get into this episode. Now that all our dirty laundry, it's not really dirty laundry. It's just us like saying, hey, dude, like if you want to continue. I'm not playing in your game anymore. Yeah. I haven't been, but like I think you should know that 98% of the time you are absolutely 100% wrong about everybody you talk about when it's within my network. Just ask us. We're men. We're men, and we'll answer correctly. So because we are men of our word. Because now that I see how many people we used to have and don't have, I know who's there, I know who's watching, I know who's not watching. We are men of our word. When I give my word, it is my bond.
Word's my bond.
That's right. So maybe
and I don't volunteer for shit. So if I volunteer to do something,
Hey, dude. Talk about calling people. Yeah, we need to get the general in there. All right, let's get into this episode. You guys are going to absolutely love it. I'm going to do a little monologue. I'm going to bring my guests back on, and we'll do our presentation like always. So I'll snap my fingers, and I'm removing people one by one. I will add them back later, because now it's story time. You guys ready? Let's do this. The house nobody haunted. I'm stretching out. They say you should do that. All right, let me tell you a story. It's a ghost story, and you guys are going to love it. It's not my version. It's actually their version. Okay, in 1971, Ed and Lorraine Warren said a farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island was haunted by a witch, Bathsheba Sherman, a woman who, according to them, sacrificed her infant son to the devil and then hanged herself on the property and cursed the land so that everyone who lived there afterward would die a horrible, horrible death. Lorraine said she saw the spirit herself, called it extremely dangerous, a member of their team reported a misty figure of a woman. When the mother of the house, Carolyn Perrin, turned up with a small circular wound on her leg, Lorraine had an explanation. The witch, you see, had carried a sewing needle with her into the afterlife. Yep. And it all built to one night in the fall of 1973. A seance. Possessed, allegedly thrown across the room was Caroline Perron. And here where the movie and the case file falls apart. In the movie, the Warrens saved the family. In real life, Roger Perron watched what was happening to his wife with the possession and all these things, ended the seance, and threw the Warrens out of the house. Years later, he'd call them, and I'm quoting the man who lived there, a pair of two-bit charlatans. That was his opinion of them. That's not my opinion of the Warrens. That was his opinion of the Warrens. But that's the ending. Not an exorcism, an eviction. Now, the Warrens, well, they investigated thousands of cases. They wrote book after book after book. Amityville, the Smurls, the Sneedekers, anything with a pulse or without one got a publishing deal. That's how they made their money. They saw the fortune in it. Harrisville, their most compelling case, supposedly, nothing. Not a chapter, not a pamphlet. For 40 years, the scariest haunting in Warren history sat in a drawer right up until a movie studio came looking for material with a consulting fee in hand. Oh, and Bathsheba, the witch Lorraine clairvoyantly identified, well, Carolyn Perrin had already dug up that name herself from local gossip before the Warrens ever sensed anything. The psychic discovered what the client told her, which, good on her. So tonight we're asking the question nobody in this community wants to ask about. The most famous haunted house in America. Who haunts it? But furthermore, I want you to sit with that one because we checked everything and the answer is going to ruin some weekends. This is the house that nobody haunted. But one of the things that I want you guys to really think about is what Hollywood does. One of the reasons why I like being an independent filmmaker. So you should know why this house is being fought over. There's money to be made, 100%. Maybe there's something else, but that's what I think it is. So before we go further, I want to introduce you to the villain of The Conjuring, the devil-worshipping, baby-killing witch who hanged herself from a tree and cursed the land. I want you to know her. Okay, I want you to know the name Bathsheba Sherman because she was real. She was born Bathsheba Thaler in 1812, right there in Burrsville, married Judson Sherman, a respectable farmer, on her 32nd birthday. And here's the first crack in the legend. She never lived at the farmhouse. The Sherman farm was a neighboring property. The witch of 1677 Round Top Road never had a key to it. She and Judson lost 3 children to childhood disease in the 1800s. That wasn't a curse. That was Tuesday. Their son, Herbert, survived, grew up, and became a farmer. And on May 25th, 1885, Bathsheba died, not swinging from a tree, in her bed, from a stroke. She was 72. Now, the movie can't be cross-examined, but the Burrsville Gazette can. This is her actual obituary, word for word. You ready? Bathsheba, widow of the late Judson Sherman, died at her late residence Monday morning last from a sudden attack of paralysis, aged 72 years. The funeral services were held on Thursday, Reverend H. Granger officiating, and the interment took place at Riverside Cemetery, Harrisville. She was the last member of the Thayer family, once numerous and well known in this town, her son, Herbert Sherman, being the only near relative remaining. That's it. That's the whole thing. No inquest, no accusation, no whisper of scandal. And understand, this is the 19th century. This is small town newspapers. They printed their scandals. They lived for them. The president of the Burville Historical Society put it perfectly. The story, the true story, is that there is no story. And Reverend A.H. Granger, not some backwards preacher doing a favor. Abraham Holly Granger was one of the leading Baptist ministers in the state of Rhode Island. He was a founder of the Burrsville Berean Baptist Church in a town with 5 churches, where everybody was related to everybody. The most respected clergyman in the region stood over Bathsheba Sherman's casket and gave her a Christian farewell. Let that sink in. You do not get that funeral if the town thinks you fed a baby to the devil. You don't. So where did the witch come from? 1973, 88 years after she died, a frightened homeowner doing folklore research, a clairvoyant who confirmed it, and eventually a movie studio that needed a monster with a real name because based on a true story sells tickets. The cost of that marketing decision is sitting in the Harrisville Cemetery right now. Her headstone was vandalized so many times after 2013 that it was destroyed. Ghost hunters used the broken base as an altar. It took a fundraiser led by the historian who found that obituary to give her a new stone in 2024. 139 years after a minister said kind words over her grave, strangers with Ouija boards won't let her keep it. That's the haunting at the Conjuring House, where the ghost and Bathsheba is the one being haunted. You see, sometimes the victim in the story is the ghost. So with that, I'll bring on my panel. We'll discuss some more things.
Oh, sorry, I was just killing some campers.
So that's what Hollywood sold to the American public. And somebody that worked there, yes, tell that history. And that's the truth. And we saw this before. We saw this with the Blair Witch Project, which was a complete fabrication. And if you want a little bit more evidence about what I was saying, if you did a story on a witch in the 19th century, it would have been published because Bell Witch.
Yep.
Okay? This was not a true story. And Hollywood made a story of it. And then they made a universe of it, getting only one film correct, which was the second one.
I still love The Nun.
Nun's great. The Nun is
True stories from Hollywood are never true.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's right. I mean,
It's
you
like
you
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's based on true events.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs. Okay, so we got another thing too that we'll do together. Our full slide. Now, last time, let's see if this lets me share my screen.
It's the best one. The
All right,
Texas
can you guys see
Chainsaw,
that?
first one. No,
You can't?
no.
So, do you guys remember? I got a quick story on Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm in.
Do I have time to tell this? So,
Yeah, why not?
when video rental stores were first kind of coming to be, and so we go to the local video store and there's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's like, oh, can we rent it? And I'm like, oh, yeah, we probably didn't watch that, right? Well, we talked our parents into renting it, and then the next day we had a bunch of family over. So I had this uncle that we turned the movie on, and the whole time he's just sitting there going, "This is horrible. Oh, this is terrible. I can't believe this is so horrible." The whole time he's talking, "This is so horrible." And then after we finish the movie, he sits there and watches it 2 more times.
God bless him. The Lord's work must be
Yeah.
done.
I mean, bro, the best movies sometimes are the worst ones.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that movie.
I mean, it's just
I had to rent that at a not because my parents would not let me rent that. So me and my best friend Nathan, we grew up in Overland together, and his mom didn't care what we rented. So we would rent. I've seen everything because we took his card down to the movie set. That was our local rental place, and watched everything.
Yeah. You have that one friend whose parents didn't care, and so you always
Yep.
go to their house to watch the scary movies.
Yep,
It's-
mine was
General-
I saw
Nathan.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
General
I
Lee
do
is back.
declare. I do declare.
Nice.
He's
Hey,
eating
he
up
likes-
all on the Raiders.
He likes what's going on. I mean,
He's kind of
yes,
kind of a
exactly.
junk food addict, huh?
The final scene of him in the middle of the road is fucking awesome. I love that movie for the shots it had. I don't blame
Oh
you.
yeah, the dancing with the chainsaw. Yeah.
Like Blair Witch Gate made me dizzy. It was the first analog horror film I'd ever watched, and I was like, I don't know if I like these films. They make me sick.
Oh,
Love that movie.
It is good. When you watch it 6,000 times, it's pretty good. Hey, look, everybody left.
I have literally, I don't
Oh,
know how
some of
many
those-
times I've seen it.
Yeah, some of those trolls there, we knew who they were too, Ben. It was like, yeah, all right. Well, you know where the 50,000 went, right, Ben? You're the owner. We talked about that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gone into the property.
It's in my
gone
it's
into
in
the
my
water.
pocket.
That's right. It's in your pocket. In your Lexus.
It
Why Ben
flexes
drives
from Long
buried in the
Beach to
backyard.
Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. All right, let's get into this, guys. Let me give you further information on how fun this is going to be. Christina, how are you liking the show? Are you scared right now? I would be.
No,
Okay, good.
I'm good.
We're St. Louis. Now, does it scroll? It does. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
The case file for the record, the house nobody haunted. How Hollywood invented 300 years of ghost at 1677 Round Top Road. That's in Harrisville, Rhode Island. It's established 1736, and it was named in 2013. So let's get into it. One family, one decade, everything else came after the box. All right, so what does the legend say, guys? Cursed since 1736. We know all about that, right? She's died. She's like, I'm going to kill this baby, and I'm going to love the devil. But what did she get out of it? First of all, that was a stupid story. I'm sorry. I love The Conjuring, but that was a dumb all right, what did she get out of that, though? And, like, why do you care who lives here after you? It's a fucking stupid plot. Anyway, does anybody ask questions anymore? I feel like people should ask questions about, like, and like your friend, like, this is the stupidest movie. Let's watch it again.
That's what I usually say.
Yeah, this is
It's
dumb.
a hand puppet turkey. What can go wrong?
What could go wrong? Thanks, killing. Cursed in 1736, generations of Arnolds died on the land. So the Arnolds, basically, that was their farmhouse, and a lot of them did die on the land. Could be Arnolds. That's what we're looking for, guys. A witch named Bathsheba cursed the property. One of the most famous houses in the world. Or haunted. I said famous. It is pretty famous right now. Shit, courts are making it famous. And they're
It
making all the
wasn't
goddamn-
before.
It wasn't. The record says 0 paranormal claims, 1736, 1970. One family reports activity. The Perrins from 1970, 1980, 39 post-Perrin years of quiet ownership. So,
Well,
okay, this is
wait.
the record.
The lady in the episode of Ghost Hunters did say that things happened, but it was like doors opening and closing type
Right.
stuff. Nothing.
And footsteps and
Yeah. Which is
knocks.
all. It could be any member of any one of those families. Who
Yeah.
knows who died in that house? Grandpa's in the back cranking one off and has a heart attack. I don't know.
Definitely says something. Definitely says something without saying it. The Dark History first appears in print in 2009. This is what we found, guys. The Warren version versus the Warren silence. Okay, what they claimed. A witch cursed on the land, Bathsheba. Lorraine saw the spirit, extremely dangerous. A team member saw a misty female figure. That could be Mrs. Arnold. a needle carried into the afterlife. that one, no.
Was
We
it
don't
a
take
knitting
one.
needle?
Guys, I'd never seen a U-Haul behind a Hertz. Okay, it doesn't fucking work. You can't take things with you. You can bury people with shit. But somehow she managed to get a sewing needle. Of all the things you could take in the afterlife, you took a sewing needle. What? At least take a scythe or something. A seance, tongues, and possession. That's what they claimed. What they did, got thrown out by Roger mid-seance, 2-bit charlatans, performed no exorcism, resolved nothing, identified a witch's Carolyn's own research had already named, published 0 books on their most compelling case in 40 years, sold the file when Hollywood called consultant fee and cameo. Okay. 8 generations, no fucking ghost. All right. And this is where I really had to dig in because this was tough. Like it's really, their archives are actually pretty good, but they're not as good as Missouri. Missouri has the best archives. You want to try to find something on something. That's why we know the fucking Emmaus Asylum is haunted. Like I can point you to 240 death certificates right now. All right. So land deed to Richardson family, house built 1736 as the Dexter Richardson House. 1700s passes by marriage to the Arnold family, becomes the old Arnold estate where General Lee spends his summers. 1800s and 1900s transfers to Butterworth family.
So we
Then-
got lots of pancakes.
We got a lot of Butterworth right there. This is a great house. If it's haunted by Butterworth.
Pancake makers of America, guys.
You're making me think about a South Park episode.
Hey, Christina has a film with pancakes and waffles.
It's a haunted
That's
house of
true.
pancakes, baby.
Aunt Jemima
That's
comes
to the
to me in my
Butterworth family
dreams.
and the Keons. Roger and Carolyn Perrin buy the farm. Mr. Keon moves out the day they move in. Well, why would he stay?
Well,
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
yeah.
Well, shit. I
All
need
right.
to evict some
I mean,
people
maybe
in my
it's
house.
weird he didn't move out before they moved in, you know?
Okay. So this is where I really had to put my the silence. 234 years of ownership before the parents with 0 recorded paranormal activity. 234, no ghosts, like none. Fucking stupid, dumb house. It's a farmhouse. Nobody's saying anything. It's like, oh, this is dumb. I wish it was haunted. It's not. Nobody ever said anything. Right. But then we can go back to the Myrtle Plantation. We can go back to New Orleans right now and go to the Myrtle Plantation. We can go to all these places and be like, oh, these places are haunted because in 17 something or in 18 something, people reported seeing this stuff. But this farmhouse, nothing. 0 families before 1970 reported phenomenon. 0. None of them. 1 family, the parents, the source of the entire legend. The entire thing depends on these people.
And weren't they in financial hardship when they moved into that house?
That's what the movie said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
don't
They
know
did say that.
that's true, right?
Because I know that's the same play that happened at Amityville.
Yeah, 39 quiet years after they left, 1980 to 2019. Okay, that's very quiet. So after they left in 1980 to 2019, nothing. Nobody is ghost hunting this. Nobody is seeing it. Now, Ghost Hunters gets there, in 2005. They investigate it, not as the Conjuring House. They investigate it. The Sutcliffes, I think, have it, right?
Yes.
That's right. And they're
Yes.
experiencing stuff. Okay. And so they
And
go
she
in there.
looks amazingly like Lorraine Warren. It's kind of freaky.
Yeah. So here's the parents' decade, right? Roger Karen and the 5 daughters move in January 1971. Reports begin. Moved objects, odors, apparition, physical context. So all the necessary stuff you need for a good haunting, right? Stuff that you could have picked up or read about or saw. Ed and Lorraine Warren arrive around 1973. By some accounts, uninvited. So we couldn't really disprove or prove that, but some accounts said that they were uninvited, and that's why Roger was always like, who the fuck are these people? What do they want? We don't have any money, something like that. A seance goes badly. Roger orders them out. Roger later calls them 2-bit charlatans. The family itself was divided. Roger reportedly experienced nothing in 10 years. That's a total dude right there. Even if ghosts are going on, bro, he's drinking whiskey by the fireplace. Like, he doesn't give a shit. Like, I'm done. I work hard. I don't want to be haunted. Other investigators at the time found no evidence and observed nothing unusual. Worth saying on air. The Warrens investigated hundreds of cases and published book after book, but never wrote about Harrisville. Their most famous case stayed in the drawer for 40 years. So maybe it was because of a little bit of embarrassment. They were thrown out. I mean, how do you phrase that with them still around? And then you could possibly be sued for using the person's name. So, I mean, I understand why they didn't write about it. I don't know that I don't think they didn't write about it because it wasn't haunted. I'm not saying that it wasn't haunted. I'm not saying that what Lorraine saw with the needle in the afterlife, that's some Greek shit, but whatever. Like, let it go.
What if the haunting actually is completely untied to the property and 100% tied to them? Like, it's attached to the parents.
Well, see, we're gonna get, that's the round table. We're gonna get into that. Because that's good conversation. But look, 2005. All right, so Warren case files, we know about it. We've beat that horse to death. Okay, 2005, ghost hunters, 2 houses. Taps investigates the anonymized the Sutcliffe house, right? So that's the Sutcliffe house. So it's not even a Conjuring House at that point. On air verdict. Okay, activity was around a sticky closet door. Jeremy watched the episode and basically can contest that exactly what the episode was about. The parents never came up. They never come up. The Warrens are mentioned in one line, but the parents,
because their nephew's there.
So why weren't the parents mentioned at that point? Because of Zappos?
Zero mention of them.
Zero mention of them, right? So now I'm
he talks about some of the things that they claimed, but he doesn't mention them.
Now in 2009, Paranormal Realities, Keith Johnson first print appearance of the Dark History. Deaths later shown to belong to other families elsewhere.
Well,
then they try to revive it again in 2011. House of Darkness, House of Light, Volume 1. Andrea Perrin self-publishes the family account 31 years after moving out. No haunted attraction status, no tours, no pilgrimages, no name. Nobody is ghost hunting this fucking house. And that is the point of this show. Nobody is there selling tickets for tours and doing overnight investigations. Nobody. Meanwhile, Let Mansion is doing it. This is all the realm of what's going on. Is MSP around? Yes, they probably are, right? 2011, that's around.
Yeah, that's about the time they started doing the tours.
Okay, so nobody is investigating this house, right? And the people that are putting stuff out, they got the wrong history, right? They didn't go to where I went. Say the asterisk before someone says it for you. But Ghost Hunters was there. I did all this because people like to take my shit, and they said, no, this is all right there, okay? But Ghost Hunters was there in 2005. True, and it proves the point. The Warrens had rated this house off the charts. It aired under a fake name. Second billing in a 2-house episode. The second billing, right? It was the second part of the show.
It was the second half.
Right. And the best taps produced on camera was a sticky closet door. No Bathsheba, no parents, not even the name. None of these names came up. You can watch it. But Andrea's book came out in 2011. True. A self-published memoir of the claimant family 3 decades after the fact. It made no cultural dent until Warner Brothers did. And that's the truth. Okay. It's tough to self-publish stuff. And today it'd probably do a lot better because you can get it on Amazon and people want to read about that shit. Today, back then, no, not the case. All right. The precise claim before July 2013, this house had no reputation, no name, no traffic, and no independent evidence. One family story, an anonymous TV segment, and a memoir. All right. The Quiet Decades, 1980 to 2019. Okay. The Schwartz family, bought directly from the parents, 7 years in residence, no known reports of any kind. Even sympathetic sources conceded the activity died down the moments the parents left. Maybe it was the parents. There was a haunted family. Norma Sutcliffe and Jerry Helfrich, 1987 to 2019. 32 years. Reported minor oddities, a rattling door, a vibrating chair, and invited taps in 2005. Then Norma researched the actual records, recanted the legend. She fucking recants the fucking legend. This is the most crucial part of everything. Okay? While running a daycare, know. So she recanted the legend and became its fiercest debunker. That's why Sutcliffe is so important, and she's never mentioned. While running a daycare in the house for 2 decades, her only real problem arrived in 2013. Trespassers. Why did they have trespassers? I wonder fucking why. Because in 2013, the Conjuring movie comes out. And suddenly, something that's nothing becomes something. Real tragedies, wrong address. This was my favorite fucking part. Prudence Arnold murdered 1849, killed in her own home in Douglas, Massachusetts. A different Arnold family, unconnected to the fam. Nothing. This is not your. These are not the droids you're looking for. That is not her.
This is not the haunting you're looking for.
Susan Arnold, suicide by hanging, died in a storeroom of her own house on Harrisville Road, District 1. The farmhouse sits in District 6, miles away. Not that Arnold. That house might be fucking haunted, though. Go check out District 1. General Lee, get to District 1. Have your troops there immediately. John Arnold, suicide. Died at his home. No barn, no farmhouse. Drownings and freezings on the property. No published record ties a single one to this land. Nothing. Dinosaurs didn't shit here, people. Skeptical Inquirer traced the pattern. Local tragedies from unrelated families who merely shared surnames were grafted onto the farm. First print in 2019. This is all this research is not me out of my ass. This is all documented. This is MLA type style work. This is all has everything.
MLA. It's MLA. He had the style guide, guys.
We do. It was style guide and we have everything. Bathsheba Sherman never lived there. Real woman, 1812 to 1885, lived on a neighboring farm, never this property, never accused of any crime, lost 3 children to disease, a common tragedy, not a confession. Son
Buried
Herbert
by a Baptist priester.
Yep, died of a stroke in her bed at 72. The hanging is fiction. The link to the house begins with Carolyn's research and Lorraine's impression. Her gravestone vandalized since 2013, destroyed, replaced by a fundraiser in 2024. The Burville Gazette, May 1885. Bathsheba, widow of the late. We read that one earlier. And then there, a God-fearing town that printed its scandals gave her a Christian burial and a clean obituary. If anybody mentions it, guys, just say stop. You don't have to go into it. The haunting got loud when it got profitable. Oh! One more.
No.
Okay. The haunting got loud when it got profitable. In 1987, $169,000 the Sutcliffes buy it. They bought this house for $169,000 in 1987. To put it in perspective, my dad bought our house in now what is known as Southwest Ranches for $165,000. Okay, so this is interesting. But because Southwest Ranches became one of the most premier spots to live in unincorporated Fort Lauderdale, that house is now worth $1.4 million. So that's perspective. But this is Florida. It's a common area. All the celebrities live in those areas. That's why people want to live there. This is a fucking farmhouse in the middle of fucking nowhere. So, okay, 2019, $439,000. The Heinzens bought it. Report demonic activity to press. Open it for paid overnight investigation. So they're really the first to make this the paid investigations of 2019. You got what? 6 years in there, 2013, right? So now they got the Conjuring, they have the film, they have the universe, they have Warner Brothers behind them, they have New Line Cinema. Boom, $439,000. 2022, developer Jacqueline Nunez pays 27% over asking. Over asking. A commercial deal priced on the brand, not the farmhouse. $1.5 million. Didn't know shit about ghost hunting. Nothing. That's why the Hawes thing, the apology came earlier, is because his daughter taught her everything. That's the truth. That is the truth. I believe that's the truth. I believe they were in there first, and if Angelina's still here, she could probably correct me on that. But I believe they're the first ones in that teach Jacqueline about ghost hunting and all this shit. But finally, the movie didn't document a haunting. It manufactured one. Every claim of 300 years of activity traces backward from 2013, never forward from 1736. And then these are all basically my sources, right? Skeptical Inquirer, Norma Sutler. These are all actual things that we found. I always have them in my presentations. Once again, this presentation is for you. It is free. If you want them, just email us, okay? I have 4 of them now. They're amazing. They give you guys the reason why I bring this up and this topic up a lot is because of debunking. This is how debunking starts. This is what me and Jeremy and my team would do. We would do it's what we did with Emmaus. With Dan, me, you, and Dan went out there first, I think.
Yep.
We went out there and we investigated a long time and a couple times.
With Fabian.
With Fabian. And we wanted to make sure that this place was actually fucking haunted. And we pulled the research and we did the research. But that's what it looks like. So now, as a person that's a paranormal investigator, which I am not anymore, I don't investigate anymore. But Jeremy still does occasionally. But I don't anymore. I stopped doing it. I just don't anymore. There's no real reason why. After this year, after what happened in the beginning, I'm fucking done, dude. I said that on my Facebook and I stand with it. Am I part of the paranormal community? Kind of. I like to help history more. But that's a document that I would have given my team. I would have threw it on the desk when we did private investigations. I would see. I have a timeline video, and you were right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Hawes might love this place because he's the one that basically built it. And I didn't know that. So if I built a business for somebody, now somebody else is going to come over here and take it and fucking make millions of dollars, that would piss me off. I'm Italian, we do it another way, Mr. Hawes. We do it another way. I'm just saying, listen, let me tell you something. They might have fucking ghosts. They might have fucking ghosts when I'm done with them. I'm just saying. I didn't say that. You heard that, but I didn't say it. Anyway, but that's literally like, maybe that's why he's fucking pissed. I don't fucking know. I would be. But at the end of the day, that's what skeptics do, right? But that's what good paranormal investigators do. I want everything on this house. 300 fucking years. Where is it? What is haunting it? That is the question tonight. I know for a fact it is haunted. I am not saying that it is not haunted. It's just right now haunted by no one because we don't know who it is. Or did we bring it in?
Or was it just attached to the parents?
Panel discuss. Christine, your thoughts?
I don't know. I'm kind of with Jeremy. It could have came in with the parents. If it came in with them and stopped when they left, I mean, I don't see why it couldn't have just been attached to the family.
The familiar attachment.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like I said, I am not, and I hope I didn't come across as saying that Perrin's thing is false.
Right.
I believe that her feelings are valid and what she experienced was true.
Yeah.
100%. If you experience that and you're saying that and you're going public with it, it happened.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What I'm saying is that it might have just been something that she was into.
Could have been also.
And that's the story that I would want to know, right? Like, what were you into? What were you doing when you were digging in this research? Because talk of witches and looking up that shit, that's dark shit. That can conjure shit.
Yeah.
And was she ever exorcised after? That's the other question. That goes unnoticed, right? Because she just stopped being possessed. I don't think it works that way. Actually, I know it doesn't work that way. Ben, what do you think? You know all the history now.
Hollywood created a villain, and like these stories are more interesting when there's a villain. Obviously this lady wasn't a real villain, but they made her out to be one. But in terms of a demonic possession, I mean, there's so many different ways that can occur that are completely unrelated to, this lady that lived down the road and whatever, she did and all that. I mean, could have been something that these kids did on their own, or that the mother did that, invited a bad energy into their lives. Who knows what that could have been.
Yep.
Any number of things, right?
Yeah, like the door in the episode is backed by Jeremy. Can you explain that a little bit more? The door, because like we're saying a sticky closet, but it's really not a sticky closet, is it?
So it's weird because it's like a pass-through closet. So there's a door on one side, you got your stuff, and there's a door on this side. and this door opens to a bedroom, and this door opens to like the family room. Because obviously this house was built way back in the day where they didn't have closets because they were charged per room. So that's why you go to these old mansions and they have like hidden rooms on the stairwell and stuff. And so it looks like it was created. And the door handle, let's see if I got something here. The door handle, so the door's like this, and there's a latch on it, and there is a trigger mechanism on that latch that goes through the door, right? And so when you trigger this, it pushes the latch up, right? So in the episode, they have a point where the door pops open when Jason and Donna are up on this bed, and this door, it sounds like it opens. Now they had just gotten up, at least Jason had just gotten up on the bed, or he was up on the he stood up on the floor. The door, like, it sounds like it pops open.
Right.
And my thought is those old latches, they have the part that slides up and down on, if it's sitting right on top of it, and I'm not trying to say that they faked anything, but if they did, this is how I would do it. They put that right on top of there, and that house is known to be rickety.
Yep.
So if he's moving around, it could just and slide right off.
Right.
But the other thing is, so they have a point where they show there's 4 DVR cameras, and they show everybody eating, and the store opens and closes a couple of times. One time it even latches itself. The problem with it, and even Jason says it, is that there wasn't a camera on the other side of the door showing that nobody was behind that door. Right? Because there could have been somebody in that closet. And they talked about, because the door opens, I think the door opens into the closet. So it opens like this. And there's a bed right here. And it hits the bed, so it doesn't move super freely. Okay. So when he tests it, he stands behind the bed where he's totally in the camera view. If I was going to fake it, I would totally be behind the door where you couldn't see me. And they don't show, A, nobody's behind that door, and 2, they don't show that nobody had access to the other door, because there was another section where Dustin and Steve were investigating it, and Steve goes and he makes sure that both doors are closed. He checks both sides of the closet. They sit down, they investigate, they think they hear something. He opens the closet door and the other door is open. So, and like I said, I don't hate these guys. I have been a huge fan of the Ghost Hunters for years. I mean, Frankie took me around like he was my dad at a carnival when they were all at the Paracon we went to. And I got my picture with every one of them.
Yeah, that was last year, February.
Yeah, in fact, the only member of TAPS that I don't think I've ever met is Jason. Because I spent a lot of time with Grant at Ashmore. I met Brian and Donna like 15, 20 years ago. So, I feel like these wouldn't be the kind of people who would fake, but there's money involved. There's a TV show. There's ratings. They didn't show the other side of the door. As an investigator that's been doing it a long damn time, I would have possibly had a camera in that closet and on the other side.
Yeah.
Because I want to see that nobody had access, that when it opens, there's nobody touching it.
Yeah, and there is speculative stuff too that's out there. I mean, I think there's one very small case. I think I just saw poor Donna, and there is mention of later years, right, in the Ghost Hunter universe, that producers might have had a staging crew. Now, I don't know if any of this is true, and if it is, it is, but that is still not on the Ghost Hunters, right? If they didn't know anything about it and they wanted a real reaction, that is something a production crew would fucking do.
Yep.
They're not going to tell you because it's going to happen. So they're going to want, you know what I'm saying? So
Well,
That-
and, so
Yeah, go ahead.
a question though for Jeremy, and like this is an event that happened throughout the course of an investigation. Like you don't know where an event's going to occur, so you're not
Correct.
necessarily going to have everything covered from every angle with cameras, right? I mean, it's reasonable that you set up your cameras and then something happened over here. I mean, like if you knew something was going to happen, yeah, you'd have 10 cameras at every angle to
Right.
catch it, but you just don't know, and you only have so many cameras, and you only have so much time, and
Just for me, just knowing me and how I always investigated, once that had happened the second time, I would have moved those cameras. If it's happened once, I probably wouldn't have thought of it. If it happens a second time, all right, guys, we're figuring this shit out.
Yeah.
okay.
It's like that night we were at Emmaus and we heard the singing. I searched that entire building top to bottom.
Well,
Because I was convinced.
We had the same thing happen, the same fucking thing that these guys experienced in the Conjuring House, because I think that's what they're going to call. I don't know if anybody can call it now if the trademark goes through. That's a smart move, by the way, just the trademark thing, because Elton's not stupid. That's
That's your
brilliant
thing,
move.
bro. That's your
I
thing.
know. I study trademark and copyright law. That'll be my future.
Mhm.
But and that's the other thing these people don't understand. Like I study this shit. I know exactly how to get fucking people down. Like, come on, guys, it's copyright. But trademark's very different from copyright, right? So just looking at, I don't think it'll ever be called the Conjuring House. If that's what, because think about it. I don't know Elton. I know people wish I did because it would make their fucking like through lines so much more fucking important. But if he did do because he's not stupid, guys, he's made fucking millions of dollars, right? But even a good lawyer would have been shrewd, like, you might not get this house, but you know what you could do? You could go for trademark. Well, what would that do? Well, that would put the suspicion back in New Line Cinema's court. But what does that do? Well, what that does is they are now on notice. And every dime raised in the Conjuring name, they're entitled to. So I don't know. And I'm just saying, just from a law standpoint, that's lawyer shit. Because now nobody can use it. If I'm not going to get it, you can't use the fucking name. And that's a humdinger.
Yeah.
Because you win even though you lose. And we mentioned this a couple episodes ago with Lance and the 50, what was it, Lizzie Borden. You can't copyright history. Well, there is no Conjuring. And I just gave the lawyer the proof. They can watch this episode. So look at this guy right here. Look at this. This was never called this. So, fuck. What if he did that for that reason? Holy shit. See, that's speculative, right? That'd be amazing, bro. Well,
That is the biggest troll ever.
It is the biggest troll ever, but also, I guess
That's
you
Trump level.
You could, though. You could give royalties and use the trademark.
Yeah.
So, but that's money out of the person's pocket, right? Because now we get fucking 50% because they can do anything if they own it. It's their name; they own the name. So I wonder if that's what. Because I was really weird. Like, why would you trademark that so fast? You don't own it. Like, that's stupid. And then I'm like, well, maybe it's not stupid. Maybe it's really fucking smart. Because you just shipwrecked it. That's what we call. That's called a shipwreck.
Yep.
Now we ain't going nowhere. Now we just here on the boat.
Click. Now you can't go anywhere.
That's right. That's right. So, fuck, man. That's all right.
The value's in the trademark, right?
The Save the Conjuring site changed all the merch form. The Conjuring House to Save the Conjuring House, like it in the past day or so. That was smart. Yeah, very smart move. Why pay off the mortgage and not get everything that comes along with it? .com and trademarks, 100%. Because I don't think they knew. I honestly don't think they knew. I honestly thought, because remember, there was how many businesses before when they started doing the ghost tours, right? With Heinzen's, right? They were using it as the Conjuring House. That's how it got on the map, essentially, after the movie.
Yep.
So they probably didn't even look into it because a lot of people don't, right? That's a small, minute. Well, do we even? Well, no, it's the Conjuring House, right? And then you're just, no, it's not.
Yep.
So it's fucking crazy, man. And it's nuts how it kind of it comes together. I'm ready for Eureka Springs. Yes, we're all going. We're all going to be there. If you guys want to see us, you want to meet us, you want to say hi to us, you want to email me there. If you want to meet me in person, then email me in front of me a question. That's why I will be there.
Email me the question you're asking me while you're asking me so I can read the email.
And if you hate this show, subscribe 3 times.
Like and prescribe.
Yeah, Eureka Obscuricon is going to be, if you've never been to Eureka Springs and you're a paranormal fan, you need to go to Eureka Springs. You need to go to Obscuricon. There are some legendary speakers.
It's weird as fuck in Eureka Springs.
It's so
and be ready for fucking steps.
It's so weird. So many steps.
Are they putting a plaque where I fell?
I hope so. You fell like a
Guy
bitch.
fell but didn't pee.
Yeah, you held that shit all in. All right, questions in the comments. And the people just watching. Yeah, we apologize tonight. Sorry. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Maybe I should have just sent him that show. I should have just sent him that clip. You know, we're going to fucking frozen this and let it go.
Let it go.
We are going.
Let
Look
it
at that.
go.
Charlotte fucking hanging on there. She's coming. A lot of people are coming to this. Chum and Chumming with the Spirits bought a table and they will be there. So I really hope that you guys come out.
Hey, can we play beer pong with our table and their table?
I would. I would absolutely do that.
When is that con?
2 weeks.
Are you coming?
I don't know. When is it?
24, 25 July.
Oh, the 24th is my birthday.
You should come to Eureka Springs.
Oh, nice.
Oh, for my birthday.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we were going to talk about this gentleman.
Next week's episode is something near and dear to my heart. We will do it regardless of anything. But this is something that we haven't been working on for a couple weeks. This is something we've been working on for over 10 years.
I mean, I met this guy 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I'm going to need all those photos.
I'll dig those up.
If you don't know who Andrew Behringer is, Andrew Behringer, if that's his real fucking name. I think it is. It might.
I thought it was Andrew Paulson.
I thought it was Paulson.
I also thought it was Andrew Woolworth.
This guy is the ultimate. Remember I was talking about like you could have other subjects other than me being Elton Cassie's best friend? This guy. Look at this fucking guy. This guy has ruined people. And what he does, as a little segue into next week's episode, he assumes the name of Blue Bloods. He says he's a Woolworth. He says he's a Limp. He says he's a what was the other one? Dunlop. Was it Dunlop?
He Dunlop and a family with, is it Standard Oil or maybe
That would have been.
I think he was claiming he was a Rockefeller.
He was.
Yeah, he
claiming
was
Rockefeller at one point.
Yeah.
And
Is
that's
he going
what he
to
does.
Anderson
And-
Cooper's part now.
Yeah. No, he's not a Rockefeller.
What's he?
He is a Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. I don't
Yeah.
think they said. I don't think he claimed to be those yet.
Well, there's no
Yet.
money.
Anderson Cooper spent it.
Anderson Cooper's mother is the last Vanderbilt. He's a half bloodline. So Vanderbilts are actually pretty good. I mean, I saw that place isn't haunted though. It's not haunted. It's beautiful. Asheville.
Is that the Biltmore?
Biltmore State. Yeah, it's not haunted.
Yeah.
I know a place called Built Less, but it's not the same.
Built less. Built right here. Built Ford Tough.
With Chevy stuff.
That's right. Hey guys, we have a lot of fun stuff to dive into, and we did a lot of good stuff tonight. We've hoped you've enjoyed this little show. next week is really important. I do want to show one more thing before we go. Cheerio.
Pip pip.
Hip hip. These tickets are on sale right now. They are limited, like all our tickets, because I don't like a lot of people around me. That's the real reason.
We just don't like people, damn it.
Just people get too close to me and then I feel weird. Stop touching me.
You never complained when I did it.
That's right. Hold on one second. That's our show, Christina. This is what you wanted to be a part of. Aren't you
Also,
happy?
just farted 3 times.
She
It
was on
sounds just like my work. Don't worry about it.
One of them, I'm not sure, was quite just a fart. I think it had a trailer.
Jesus Christ. Something's moving out, bro.
Grown tail.
That's why Jeremy does it remotely. He used to come to Frankie's studio, but
Never again, brother.
And he's like, you can't sit in my chair anymore. And I was like, I was sitting. And he's like,
Dude.
the stain says different.
He's great. He's a great. He's a good. He's a Mario.
It's a me, Mario. All Italians and plumbers.
All the time.
It's true, right? You're a plumber, right, Frankie?
That's right. I'm everything. Clearly. I am. All right. Let me see this. The best I can do.
Oh,
So-
I'll check that out, Chuck.
have you
-0.
guys ever been to Hot Springs, Arkansas?
As a kid, I was there. I need to go there. There's an off-road park.
Also, the
You know, I've not been to Eureka Springs, but I have been to Hot Springs. I was just curious if it's
very
similar.
different. Very different.
Very different. Okay.
Yeah. So Eureka Springs is basically how it gets its roots. Is it was a refuge for gay and lesbian. At that time.
Okay.
And it's very part of their culture. It's one of the reasons why I like it so much is because like it's a very free town. People do their things. There's hippies. It's just a cool fucking town. Like it's just very open. It loves everybody. I've never seen a fight in Eureka Springs.
Arkansas seems like an unlikely location for that.
It does.
Yeah,
I
it
think
kind of does.
And that's the weird part about it. It's like, but it's a mecca. It is a fucking mecca.
Huh.
And
Man, what is
It's
happening on my
pretty
phone?
cool. All right, this is a fun one, guys. This one we're gonna help whenever it comes up.
I mean, Arkansas is one of the few places that I've seen people flying like Nazi flags in their front yards.
Yeah. All right. The day
Those are the
before
backwoods.
our,
Go ahead.
I just recruited 2 people too for this. The day before our amazing car show that we're having on October 3rd, October 2, we're doing 2 of our favorite films from the garage, and our haunted cars will be out there. That is not the Camaro we have. We have a 77 Camaro, but it still looked cool, so I kept it in there.
Amen to that.
Nova, the 69 Chevelle.
Cool.
These are all very. The Nova is especially haunted because I don't know. That car is just haunted. We don't know why it's haunted, but we just know it is.
It is.
Then there's the Cadillac that's extremely haunted. Will also be out there. So we're gonna feature Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. It's one of my favorite fucking films of the Rhinehouse movement. It's a hot Asian woman with big boobs and she kills people. It's great. How do you not like that film? And then Death Proof, of course, which is what our famed car is all about. You can get tickets at hauntedgarage.net right now. That goes through Stripe, not my pocket.
Well,
Nobody
Stripe
said-
can still go to your pocket,
It can. It absolutely can. But this money,
but it doesn't.
It
But-
goes to Ben's pocket.
that's the part that like is that keeps coming up, and I'm like, that's gonna drive me to a lawsuit if they keep mentioning that. That's credit card fraud. That's huge. That's like a huge lawsuit. Let's not do that. 5 of 10, $25 admissions. We're doing free. You get a ghost tour with that. Classic cars, fire pits, concessions. What's in the concessions? Walking tacos, because Ben requested that. And we're gonna have s'mores kits because we'll have a couple fire pits out there. As you see, we're gonna have probably the stage will be built by this time. We're gonna put it on the stage. We're gonna show these 2 amazing films. We're
It
gonna do
better
some-
be,
it
because
better.
that festival is supposed to happen at the end of September. So
It should be done. Let's hope. So yeah,
There's
come
That'd
out.
be
It's
awesome.
$25, guys. It'll be so much fun. Look at this. Hey Ben, I'm from Arkansas, and that's Charlotte. That's General Lee. General Lee.
you know that's where they invented the
I
toothbrush.
too
Right?
am from. We just have him here all the time. I too am from Arkansas.
Wait.
Anywhere else, it would have been called a teeth brush.
I was gonna say, is it because there was only one of them?
Common misconceptions.
I love that joke. I tell that
They
to all
have-
my friends from Arkansas.
They have one of the best Italian restaurants. In Eureka
Oh,
Springs.
that place was fire.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite Italian restaurants in the Midwest.
We totally need to go there again.
And it's in a house. It's in somebody's fucking house. It's such a good restaurant. And you
It's
go out
so
in there and you
good.
see all the old Italian family members and stuff like that.
Dude, there's a lot of great places in Arkansas.
There is. It's a great place to buy
If I
property.
wasn't chained to Emmaus, I'd probably live in Arkansas.
Oh wow. Charlotte? He needs a way out. Buy Emmaus. He'll trade. He'll trade you Emmaus for your RV. All right, what do we got? Down the street from the Crescent, food is made fresh every day. What's the name of it? Chuck.
Is that place that we ate at with the spring that runs through it?
Oh, the Grotto?
Yeah, I ate
Grotto's
the
a
weirdest
great
shit I've
place.
eaten ever there. The
Yeah,
bone
some big-
marrow.
He had some beef bone butter, baby.
It was weird.
It was marrow.
It's good for you.
Kristen, tell us something. Christina, tell us something about what you're hoping to achieve. Are you coming to Eureka Springs with us?
I have no idea. If I'm free, I would totally love to come. That would be cool.
But if you are,
That's what
free, you
that's
should
what
go.
all the girls say, Frankie.
I know.
If I'm free that night,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
got
know.
to
Well,
watch.
it's my
That's
birthday
the, you know-
weekend, so I don't know
oh,
what,
she's got.
what I have
Oh,
planned yet. So
I've got to
I can
wash
wash
my
it.
hair.
I gotta wash my hair. That
Yeah.
Like,
it sounds cool though. I've been to Eureka Springs before, so I mean it's a cool place. So
it's just a good time. I mean, it's a paranormal town, and we have like a little. So the guy that's running this one is a good friend of me, and he's actually our producer on our TV show,
oh,
which is
cool.
still on hiatus, I guess. Maybe we'll get it one day. I don't know. But aside from that, he has Eureka Springs too. He has the whole like Eureka crawl and all that stuff, and then he has the bodega, and the bodega is basically like a little creepy. What's up, Dex? A little creepy place, but it also has like little fun stuff. This is where I bought my Mothman guy, and so yeah,
Aw.
we're gonna talk about doing an Emmaus table there, so people can. Oh, the kids are coming to get you.
you're like, hey, it's like 10. Can we go play games together now?
Oh yeah, it's video. It is time to get out of here.
Dude, something just brushed my leg.
Was it a tick?
Every show I'm out here at the very end of the show, something crazy happens. I'm
Okay,
like looking,
yeah.
I'm like, what just brushed my leg?
That's funny because I saw
Dude.
something move up here earlier. When I was
Yeah?
staring off this way, I saw something move. I have no clue what it would have been because, I mean, nothing's moving.
It was not something small, I can tell you. Like, I
Was
thought
it
it was
ki-
the dog, but there's no dog.
What if it's a ghost of the coyotes that your dog killed?
I hope it is.
Oh, God, I hope so. It's a- I'm back over here with the girl that crawls out of the TV.
Now,
and-
Jeremy's bunking with us at Eureka Springs, right? I'm sharing a place with you. Is that right? Is
I have no clue.
that what you said? I thought you said that.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I just wanted to see if there was going to be a second bathroom based on earlier comments.
Oh yeah, dude. That's it.
We practice this thing called lobby shits.
Yes.
Nice.
Good.
Lobby
Nice.
shits is basically it's a known rule that if you're in a hotel room with somebody and you're spunking with people, you can take a shower, but you can't.
I support that.
Fabian breaks it every time, and it's like, bro is lactose intolerant and ate a block of cheese.
Oh,
Oh my god.
well, I
Yeah.
can't wait for that.
He lactose intolerant.
Yes, he lactose and he's tolerant.
He's lactose tolerant.
All
All right, I'm just gonna upload our closing song and then
Piano's a bomb.
because our song that will end this show tonight will be next week. So I want the song to load real quick. I'm gonna put it in there. We're gonna say goodnight. If you have any questions, now's the time.
Yes, it is. That's who his mom named him after. I said he's Dexter Holland of The Offspring.
Start flushing before it hits the water. Look at all this great advice we're getting.
Yeah, so it sucks it right out.
Yeah, it's like we got you.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Great show. We got a shout out.
Did we really? I
you.
thought it was good. We're just waiting for this to load real quick. Or fuck it.
And this is Bowie Bellatrix. Bowie is in David Bowie, and Bellatrix is in Bellatrix Lestrange. La. And Dexter Sirius is in Sirius Black because his mother couldn't spell Cerberus. Right, kiddo? Are you wearing? Oh, you're wearing a Bowie shirt too. Look at that. Oh, look.
Yeah.
I left the show for a second. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
right,
Frankie's just like, I'm out, bitch.
And then comes back on.
I hate all of you.
He's right there.
All right, we're gonna leave now. Enjoy the song, guys. You're gonna love this episode next week.
For real this time.
Everybody out there in the community, show para-unity by owning your shit and moving on.
Yep.
From all of us here, peace out.
Oh, pour the wine, dim the chandelier. There's royalty at dinner tonight, my dear. Or so he says with a practiced grin, but the family tree won't let him in. He came through town in a velvet coat with a silver tongue and a family quote. Said my people built the grand old halls, then couldn't name the portraits on the walls. He tipped his hat, he kissed the ring, spoke of fortunes and forgotten kings. But every tale had a brand new seam, and every name was stitched from a dream. He's blue blood by a borrowed name, champagne smile and a candle flame, Lemp or Woolworth or Wrigley too. Every old line starts looking new. Oh, he dances where the rich folks came. Blue blood by borrowed name. He bought the clocks, he bought the plates, bought the ghost of grand estates, a spoon, a frame, a velvet chair, then called it proof he belonged there. He spoke of mansions, trains, and heirs, of family vaults and marble stairs. But honey, wealth has a paper trail, and fairy tales grow thin and pale. He's blue blood by borrowed name, a monogram without the claim. Donor Hugh DeVille, whatever's due, the calling card keeps changing too. Oh, the mask may shine, but it wears the shame. Blue blood by borrowed name. In every room where candles glow, somebody whispers, don't you know? The rose has thorns, the stem is bent, and old money knows where it went. So raise a glass to pedigree, to polished lies and ancestry. The truth walks in the music stops, and every borrowed surname drops. He loves the halls where legends sleep, where velvet ropes and shadows keep. He wears the past like evening clothes, but borrowed blood is still exposed. He charms the room, then leaves the check, a golden scarf around his neck. But history has a wicked aim, it always remembers the real last name. He's blue blood by borrowed name, a parlor trick in a gilded frame. Pullman, Wrigley, limp and line, all poured out like stolen wine. Oh, the truth came dressed in flame. For blue blood by borrowed name. So lock the silver, count the rings, beware of men who crown themselves kings. For a thorny rose may play the game, but blue blood doesn't change its name.